T. Gray and MK, you are now cleared for flight school takeoff.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. Welcome, everybody. We're not going to keep you long. Congratulations and happy Easter weekend for everybody who celebrates that.
Right.
And we're going to go ahead to get a word from our sponsor. Oh, no, we're going to do the disclaimer first. Sorry, disclaimer.
Yes.
Disclaimer. Okay. All right. Ibüümerang cannot and will not make any guarantees about your ability to get any results, how much money you're going to earn. There's money to be made here. People are making money. How much money you're going to make is entirely up to you, how much work you're going to do. Some are going to do a lot, make a lot. Some are going to do a little, make a little. Some are going to do nothing at all and make, say it with me, absolutely nada, nothing at all. Who determines what you make? That is you, the man or the woman looking back at you in the mirror when you brush your teeth and floss in the mornings and the evenings. Hopefully you do it twice a day, but that's a whole nother commercial. So that said, we love you guys. That's our disclaimer. We're sticking to it. And now a word from our sponsors.
Yeah. So, T. Gray,
Sir?
you played the wrong intro.
Man, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm done. I tried to play the right intro. I thought it was the right one. So Facebook is all messed up.
It's the wrong one.
Facebook's all messed up.
Yeah. Facebook is messed up.
All right. Here's what we need to do this week. Let's put it on our account. On Monday, we need to go on my computer and we need to remove all wrong versions of the video.
Okay. All right.
And when you guys send me another one, you guys need to send, it needs to have in the label, this is the right one, dummy. This one. That's what you need to name the file. This one. Play this one. Oh, this one.
All right. All right. Announcements. All right, Ibüümerang family, MK coming to you from the flight deck. Let's pull up the slides. Let's see here. Okay, cool. All right, here we go. Lessons learned from the Copenhagen Millionaire Mastermind. Marianne and Vassal are going to go over this with us today. Stay connected with the WhatsApp community, iboomnation.com. Go there, fill out the information, go to Telegram and search at Ibüümerang and click join. March leaders' birthdays. We are fundraising for the BÜM Foundation, and you can go to the boomfoundation.com or you can go to your back office and click auto ship. Now, what does Kelly Haupu want for the birthdays for the children? BÜM Foundation donations. Diamond Kelly Haupu, happy birthday to you. All right, chargebacks. If you charge back, you will be terminated. However, you can go to iboomhub.com/downloads and download the multiple use credit card form. And what you need to do is you need to take your credit card out of their back office prior to the next month's auto ship running. That's how chargebacks occur. All right, don't give anyone your funds for trading. Ibüümerang will not be held responsible for your loss of funds. Not allowed. Cross recruiting and switching teams. It's grounds for termination for both the switcher and the sponsor. This is your brick. 300 PQV, dual team qualified, one left, one right, 10 Elevate customers, 1,500 QV, it all adds up to 1,800 PQV. Everybody should be a brick, folks. Be a brick. CEO Circle, 10 Elevate customers, Accelerate Vision Dream Weekend. You've got to be qualified for 3 months in advance. CEO Corner, 25 Elevate customers, and you can go to Accelerate Vision and Dream Weekend and all live and virtual events. The boot camps are $1,249, and you've got to be qualified 3 months in advance. Rank Up. Everybody should be using Rank Up. Why are we not using Rank Up, folks? So we went over this last week, and the training call recordings are now on iboomhub.com, and they are on youtube.com/iboomerang. They're right at the top. And here we go. Iboomerang rank up presentations by your top leaders. You log into rank up, click prospecting videos, grab the link and send it. However, you need to match up the prospect with the presenter. And Profit Snatcher testimonials are now in rank up. Log into rank up, click prospecting videos, click Profit Snatcher testimonials, grab the link and send it. Again, match up the presenter with the prospect. All right, Travel and Trade Corner, Doris Lopez. This is Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. She does a fantastic job. Trade Buddy Lounge, live trading with the best profit coaches. However, you have to have a Trade Buddy subscription. So people are making money. You know, every call in the mornings, people are making money. All right, send us your Profit Snatcher wins. Send your testimonials to profitsnatchers@elevate.com, elevate.com. Now, you can send us your Trade Buddy testimonials, and you can send us your Elevate testimonials. Profit Snatchers America with Blue Diamond, Jayla Pippins. Folks, why are you not getting on these calls? These calls are for you. Dude. Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Profit Snatchers Europe with Emerald Caroline Kusin. And that's Thursdays at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time and 9 p.m. UK time. So it's gone back to 3 p.m. All right, Trade Buddy Elevate call Tuesdays, 4 p.m. with Shamim Agahi. He is a master trader, folks, and he can give you the information on how to maximize your profits with Trade Buddy. Holton Bugs World Tour. Copenhagen has already happened. London is happening right now as we speak. San Diego is in April 6th. Fort Lauderdale is April 14th. Atlanta is April 20th, and Indianapolis is May. All right, Leadership Mastery. Mexico, June 2024, and it's regularly $1,249. It's a savings of $500, folks. Now it's only $749.99. Now, who was at the Houston Masterclass? That was off the charts. And this is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a level up. And there is no qualification required for this event. This is the first time Mr. Bugs is doing this. That's it, folks. Saturday, this is the only call. MK coming to you from the flight deck.
Nicely done, sir. Thank you for knocking out the announcements. And hey, we got one other announcement, guys. Just want to let the folks in Europe know that European daylight savings time starts. Where's that message from Anna? Anna told us European daylight savings time starts tonight. So when you wake up, I think you're gonna lose an hour or whatever, and so we'll be back on our normal time difference between U.S. and European countries.
Yeah, I mentioned that.
You did?
Yeah.
That must have been when I was. So again, the cameras would have been very entertaining because I ran and I fed the dogs while you were doing that, and I'm sliding. And my wife was like, you know, the funny thing is how they're running behind you. Like when I said, come on, guys, let's see if we can get this done. So I go running to go get their food, and they're like running behind me. Let's go eat. It's total comedy.
They're hungry.
Maybe that's when I missed that part.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Marianne says you need to put a GoPro camera I'm telling you, Marianne, it would be hysterical. Yeah. All right, cool. Awesome, everybody. Let's rock and roll. So, hey, check this out. This is amazing. It's creating excitement all over the place. Are you guys excited about Mr. Holton Bugs, the iconic Holton Bugs, going on world tour?
Yes,
Had
sir.
an amazing event in Copenhagen. We're going to talk about that in just a little bit. And today, I think happening now is London. And
Yes.
I talked to Blue Diamond, Jake Parton yesterday. They're all excited. Several hundred people confirmed.
Oh my
And
God.
the room could not accommodate that many people. So can't wait to see what happened. I was hoping they would have sent us some pictures by now or video that we could sneak in here, but I can't wait to get the report on that one. Then we got San Diego next week, Fort Lauderdale the week after, Atlanta the week after that, and Indianapolis to wrap up the tour on 5/4. So it's going to be an exciting time.
All right.
Yes. All right. What is the next event? This is going to be insane, folks. The Leadership Mastery event, Mexico, June 2024. We don't have a date yet. We're working on nailing down that location. As soon as we do, we'll have a date. But right now, you know that we are targeting June for this amazing event.
We've got to go on a site tour.
Yeah, we got to go. We got a trip to Mexico. I mean, site visit. Right. Okay. So here's the drill, folks. Price has already gone up. We started out at what, $549.99?
Yep.
Now we're at $749.99. And eventually we will get to $1249.99.
Yeah.
Don't let it happen. Don't let it happen. Get your ticket now. And this is going to be an insane event. The masterclass in Houston was by far the best we've ever seen Mr. Bugs. And he's hot right now, and he's in the field with you right now. And this event is going to be cataclysmic for some people. So let's make sure that you get yourself locked in. All right. David Romero is right. He says it should sell out before it ever gets to full price. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. All right. We are currently in the goal zone. Today is the 30th. We got 1 day left to go. And hopefully you guys are really paying attention, not just taking notes, but doing the things that we're teaching you to do, right? Because if you do, this formula works. The zones really do work. So we're in the goal zone. We're wrapping up the goal zone now. Massive volume. Some of you guys are going to have a really, really big 2 days as you close out the month of March. All right. So what do? We do massive volume. How do we do that? Let's go to the next slide.
Yep.
We focus on our income producing activities right now. Not a whole lot of trainings, a lot of closing out, a lot of presentations, a lot of closing out. Next slide. Massive follow-up, because that's where the money is. People need additional exposure. So you book a meeting from a meeting. If they're not sure, you roll them to the next thing. If they're not sure, you roll them to the next thing. And sometimes that's sending them another video or inviting them to another presentation. Next slide. In the goal zone, you want to focus, you want to make a list. If you want to really focus your activities for today and tomorrow to close out March strong, you make a list of who has seen a presentation but has not made a decision. That's what you want to focus on the next 2 days, okay? And remember, it's not over because a person saw a presentation. It's not over until they become an ambassador, until they become a customer, or until they give you a referral or tell you to leave them alone. All right. So that's when it's actually over. So make sure you stay following up with people until then. Next slide. You need to look for who needs to upgrade. So who joined your business that's still at basic? Who is a legacy standby? Who's a legacy coach? Who's still at business class or executive pack? All of those people need to upgrade to the CEO pack. Okay. So you need to be able to show them the value of the CEO pack versus the other products, not the least of which is you're going to earn more money for doing the same work. Okay. You want to make sure you're getting those people on new ambassador orientation. right? And we got folks doing a great job with that as well every Monday. And in the dual team, we do need to fix that slide. Mark, let's remember, I'm sorry, it's on me, but if you could remind me, I will change that for you for the next goal zone, so we can show everybody that the CEO pack versus the affiliate and executive pack makes more money for doing the same work. Okay. We also taught you the concept of depth charging. Remember, the front end of our plan leverages the dual team, the binary structure, the two legs. And that gives you the opportunity to create speed, urgency, and fear of loss, right? So you can turn one enrollment into multiple enrollments. You have one person that's ready to sign up. Now you pull up that list of people who saw a presentation but didn't make a decision. And that's where you go back and now you leverage that one application. Go back and watch our goal zone training, our full goal zone training on Facebook or Iboomerang YouTube, and you can get the details on how to do that. Also, who on your team is trying to achieve a new rank this month? Have you taken a look at where they are? Have you helped them to identify what they need and to refocus on driving to get it done for this month? Okay, who's doing that? That's what we want to make sure that we help people get to their next levels. Okay. So if you do those things, if that's your focus for the last 10 days of the month, you can literally do 3 to 4 times the volume of the first 20 days of the month in those last 10 days. It's really crazy, but it works. It really does work, and it works if you work it. So if you didn't work the goal zones, right, what I want to see right now is we have a chance to start really clean. Who is committed to working the zones properly in the month of April? April 1st is 2 days from now, and we're going to start the white zone, which is going to be massive exposure. Who is who's willing to make a commitment today, right now? No BS. I'm going to really do the zones. Okay. I know Vita, I know you will. It's our last of our 90-day run. I know my diamonds are in. I see Diamond Marianne, Nina. Okay. Okay. I'm telling you, and you guys know I hate people just say yes. Okay. I want you to really do it. I want you to make a quality decision. That's right, Helly. I see you. Right. Daryl Lewis. I see you, Danny. Okay, good. Awesome. All right. So let's close out these next 2 days. But here's one of your activities. One of your activities is make a fresh list. Some of you guys have been having list building parties. That's fantastic. But make a fresh list. Who are the real winners? The fastest ones to apply once they've learned the right way to do it. Okay. So Crystal, are you one of those real winners? Are you going to be one of the fastest ones to apply what you've learned once you've learned the right way to do it? Okay. Sonia, what about you in Germany? You're going to do that? Ava in Spain, Team Breakthrough in Europe is going to do it. Okay, let's go. All right, let's go to our next topic today. We're not going to keep you long. It's Easter weekend. That's why I kind of ran through the goal zone. And what we want to do now is we want to shift gears, and we just had the first event of Holton Bug's big tour in Copenhagen. The second one is taking place and starts in about 20 minutes. But the first event is in the books. And I want to say a huge congratulations to Diamond Marianne Schutz and Diamond Vaso Kranoff. And I don't know if any other diamonds participated in the Denmark event, but I know these two diamonds in particular hosted it and packed that room. I want to say congratulations to some of our shining stars, Ellie and Nina and the whole team out there, Peter, and I don't know everybody's name, so I'm probably gonna get myself in trouble going this far. But if before we bring Marianne and Vassal on, let's go ahead and share any slides and videos that we've got of that event.
All right, cool.
So what are you looking at, guys? Look at that packed room. I love it. I love it. Packed room filled with people that were invited to this event, invited properly. This is what happens when you do a ticketed event. Can you play it again? Play it again. Play it again. Play it 2 more times. One more time. One more time. I'm seeing something different every time. Okay. So before we bring Diamond Marianne and Diamond
No,
Vassal,
I've got 2 more.
2 more times to play it?
No, I've got 2 more videos.
Oh, okay. I want you guys making observations.
All right, so I want you to notice something. Notice the coffee, the water, the 3 waters.
No, don't tell it out, Mark. We're gonna ask the audience. We're gonna ask the audience. Awesome. Is that the last video? Or we got another one.
Yep, we've got 1 more.
Okay. Hey guys, keep your eyes open, keep your eyes peeled, because we're gonna play a game in a minute. We're gonna play a game in a minute.
Yeah, it comes from, money is in circulation. It does come from circulation. And yes, you can pray, and guess what? And if you pray and you get the right answer.
Oh my God, that one's short video, so play it again.
It comes from, money is in circulation. It does come from circulation. And yes, you can pray, and guess what? And if you pray and you get the right answer.
Wow. Hey, so before we're gonna play a game, and for this game we do need our diamonds. So please come on, Diamond Marianne Schutz and Diamond Vasil Kranov. So good to see you guys, and we love
to see you.
guys. I appreciate you.
Yay.
You did it.
Yeah, we did.
Yes.
Are you as proud of yourselves as we are proud of you?
I'm about to cry every time I watch those videos.
Vasil, are you about to cry too?
Yes, it was really extremely phenomenal. I'm really, excited after the event and even before the event.
Awesome. All right, cool. Well, we want to have you guys come on because we're going to play a game. And everybody here should know this game because we played this game when we were kids. And the game is called I Spy. Who used to play I Spy when they were kids? Who used to play I Spy when they were kids? You were long car trip, parents trying to keep you sane. Who used to play I Spy? Okay, so we're going to play I Spy, right? So we just watched those videos. Anybody need to see the videos again? Weren't really fully paying attention? If you need to see the videos again, say again, or if you got it and you're ready to play the game, let's say ready. Everybody say got it. Okay, you guys ready? Okay, cool. Excellent. So in the video last week on Flight School, at Mark's visionary suggestion, we did the comprehensive training on how to execute a meeting, right? And you can see that the most successful people in network marketing are the ones who apply what they've learned once they've learned the right way to do it, right? Okay. So these guys here, Diamonds, Marianne, Vassal, their whole teams, they clearly got it right. Let's see what did you see in the video? I spy with my little eye. What did you spy in the video? Talk to me. Okay, we got, whoo. How many?
Yeah, ready.
They are ready. They are ready. They are ready. Okay, this is going really fast, right? Okay, so we're going to start with Ava. Ava said, I spy with my little eye high energy. How many of you guys caught the energy in that video, right? Alfonso, he said the music was loud. It was upbeat. It was high energy. It was positive. Way to go. Give Vasil and Marianne and Helly and Nina and Peter and that whole squad a round of applause for that. Yay. That's, by the way, this is a round of applause. All right. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. They saw people dancing, having a good time. Okay. How many of you? Okay. So let's see. What else did I say? I spy with my little eye, Miss Diva, saw blue name tags in the front. That was cool. Right? Anybody see the extra chairs? The Fiji water. The Fiji water. You guys saw the Fiji water, right? You guys make sure. Did anybody see the coffee, though? Did anybody see the coffee?
I can testify it was the right one.
That's why it was the right coffee. How did you guys? Oh, did you guys get it? Because he travels with it. Did that, you get it from him?
Yeah, I tried to get it from a distributor in Copenhagen, but they never came back to me. So I was in contact with Mr. Box. He brought it himself.
I love you for that. I love you for that, right? I mean, the lengths of trying to go, like, to make sure you got the right thing. You found a distributor from that company in Copenhagen. Okay, cool. All right, awesome. But you know what I thought was just like that extra detail? We didn't even talk about it, but, you know, we went through that whole concept of the devil being in the details, guys. Anybody see the coat rack in the back? Did anybody see the coat rack in the back? The coat rack just really stood out to me, right? Because you're in a cold environment, people are coming with coats. The room would look totally different if people had coats on their laps and coats on the back of their chairs. So coat rack in the back was a nice touch. You guys, you win my heart.
We didn't sleep for 14 days, but anyways.
All right, so we're going to flip it over to you guys. Tell us all about this event. What was it like putting it on? What was the event like? Tell us about the activities with Mr. Bugs while he was there. Whatever it is you want to share with us.
Okay, so we agreed that I will start off by sharing a little bit about the preparation, and then Vasil will continue about the during and after. I would say that since we had a very short, time to do this, it really required for us to decide for a very small group. So I want to shout out as well Nagina and Renew, because the three of us, we made it happen.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Nagina and Renew. You know what? I don't have all my regions right. Nagina and Renew. And I did see Nagina on the front row.
Yeah.
That was Nagina on the front row, right?
Yep.
Nagina, thank you for your work. Renew. Denmark in the house. That's right. How did I not connect that?
I would say that Renew was an executive VIP chauffeur a lot of the time, and bringing her energy as always. Nagina was amazing to take care of Mr. and Mrs. Box, always in the room and, at any point in time. She has just a great way of always knowing what people need before they even know it themselves. So shout out to them.
On duties, you had Nagina taking care of Mr. and Mrs. Bugs.
Yeah.
Right. And you had Renew. She was the chauffeur.
Yeah.
Renew and Nagina, way to go, man. We appreciate you guys. Awesome. What else? Who else did what? What else did you have people doing?
I would say we were the main, the three of us, because we know each other so well. So we divided all the, the to-do list. We divided the three of us, and we asked somebody else to do some of it. So we didn't have to think about, the assignments on Nagina, I didn't have to worry a second as well with Renew, because we have known each other for a long time. So we don't have to double and triple check. So if this is with Renew, I know this is taken care of. If this is with Nagina, this is taken care of. So we didn't really have to spend any time checking in on each other, because we knew that, as long as our name is on it, it's done. And who else we need to do something for us, we'll just make that happen.
That's perfect. Because let me ask you a question. Are you guys in the same line?
We are all beneath Desi, but
Are you, the three of you though, are you three different legs of Desi, or?
No, Nagina is a leg of Desi, and then we're under Nagina. Renew one leg, and I'm in another one.
Okay, so you guys are both in Nagina's organization.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool, excellent. Okay, good. But
Yeah.
that's the way, folks. I want to stop and talk about that because, take notes on this, because even though it's not like a training with slides and stuff, this is a training. Okay, don't miss this learning opportunity. So what do you learn from that? You learn cross-line collaboration, right? And everybody took ownership and people were reliable. Write this down. Can the big team rely on me. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, some of you guys are not reliable.
Yeah.
Some of you guys are not reliable. I get when people start to, when we have opportunities like this and people start to fall out and disappear, I get the complaints come to me. The diamonds call me and they're like, because you can't exercise rank control over somebody who's not in your downline. Like you can't exercise rank control over Renew, it's not your group, right? So you just have to rely on Renew as a professional woman, a professional businesswoman. Is she going to do what she said she's going to do? And Renew did, right?
Yeah.
So that's everybody. We want to be that way. We want to be people that can be relied upon. Are you a person that when you say, I've got this, you really got it?
Yeah. Yeah. So when we did our events, we helped out, whether it was cross-line, overline, everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And we
Renew
could
and
not have
Adina
done
could
it
have said,
without this.
they could have said, well, Marianne's a diamond, let her handle it. No, that's not the way it works. So I'm just so proud of that. Keep going.
Yeah, so from there, I would say that each of us had really some assignments that we needed to take care of, and we did that. And I'm really proud of everybody coming together and just seeing, live that we are coming together. We are hosting this as a country, not as a team. So I would even say beyond the team, it's for the whole country. And even we had people coming in from other countries. So it's not to insult them in any way, but I'm proud of Denmark coming together and hosting, an event like this. I think we had
Well, hold on a second.
13
You
days.
just try to run through stuff. You just keep going. I slow you down. You said people came from other countries?
Yeah, we
Where'd
had
they come
people
from?
from Germany and Belgium, Norway, UK, I think Spain.
Anybody that we can call their names out? Do you know some names?
Yeah, we have Sonja and Daniela from Germany.
Nice.
Eva from Spain.
Ava.
Nina from Norway. Annette.
Nina from Norway, yes.
Hildegunn. Yeah. So that
Very
was really
nice.
amazing.
And
Very
Mariana as well from Belgium.
Yeah.
Who's that from Belgium, also?
One of my team members as well, Mariana.
Very nice. Now, and now, how did these folks either were they able to drive? Or they had to fly?
Yeah, she drove 10 hours by car.
Wow, wow. And
Mhm.
what was that team? What's the team member's name?
Mariana.
Mariana. What was
Yeah.
Mariana's feedback on the event after driving 10 hours?
And she said that she was so excited that after the event, she took immediately action and we started spreading the word and about, obviously, the excitement and about what she had actually been into. And she's extremely excited to take way more action rather than, than usual.
I love it. I absolutely love it. That is fantastic. By the way, we got to go back to the I Spy game just for one quick thing. I spy with my little eye. Her blue diamond, Jackie Pippins, said she spied that Marianne was dressed perfectly. Yes, Marianne, you did look great. You did look absolutely fantastic. You were perfectly dressed for the occasion. Yes, a great representation of our company, your team, yourself, and everybody associated with you. So that was fantastic. Blue Diamond, Jackie Pippins, thank you for noticing that because it's important. Could you imagine you did all that work and then you missed it on your personal presentation? So your personal presentation was absolutely perfect. Please continue.
Thank you so much. And on a private note, I can share a very, detail that not so many know when it comes to being on stage. That I would say 20 minutes before the actual event was about to take off, I was in the room with my phone as a mirror doing my hair because I simply had no time to do that.
Hey,
that's how it goes. That's how we're gonna put. Hey, Marianne, we're gonna put a GoPro on you. So now,
Yeah.
Was Elliot there?
What did you say?
From the UK?
Elliot was there, and Jon Keister from. I'm not sure he's from Germany as well. They were in the room as well. Yep.
Okay,
cool. Who was there? Elliot?
Yeah.
Elliot Ward, yeah. And Jon
Oh,
Keister.
my man, Mr.
Yep.
Ward. I love it.
He was
Excellent.
a spy for the next event.
Good. That's good.
Oh,
so,
yeah, he's getting some tips.
Yep.
Well,
But he helped us out a lot, so that was really great as well.
Okay,
yep.
Cool. Perfect.
Good to know you were setting the example for everybody. Real quick, let's flop over to Vassal. We can come back to you, Marielle. Diamond, Vassal, what were some of your observations of the event?
I would say that it was really something that, when I first thought, I actually haven't really put too much thought into it because we never had, Mr. Bucks, coming in, and we had to really pull out, as just Marianne said, that event for a short period of time. And we didn't really actually know how much responsibility that actually is, as far as the details on about, what Mr. Bucks really wants. And as far as, the inside room, how we actually prepare. This is, as, even Houghton Bucks has shared multiple times, it's 95% preparation, as it is even on a private conference call or launch call. It's always the preparation. So that's what we did. It's 95% on how we prepare for the event. And even I saw one of the comments, I cannot see you on the pictures because I was the one taking them, because I had to instruct so many times the cameraman, he was hanging around. I said, no, you need to take picture of this and that, take reels. So we'll have, that documented, since we already know the social media is one of the things that drives us our business. So of course we had a cameraman, so we don't have to constantly think about who will take that. We had a DJ, obviously, instructing them when needs to be played the music, what needs to be taking place. So that was all a part as well from the preparation for the success. And, we had, I would say, a very extremely successful event, as far as that is even concerned. I was really more in the back, where I was really constantly thinking about the speaker as well as Nagina was with me. Like, okay, so Mr. Buck, what does he needs? Water, coffee, was served. Okay, he wants me to pull out a video. I needed to be in front. And as well, I'm very observative as far as the event goes. I'm watching the audience and how do they react and why they do that. I'm very observative of, do they clap? Who is the most excited? So when the presentation is gone, I will know who will be the first excited person that I will be talking, right? So I'm very observative how Houghton says things, obviously, and why does he say it. Even after the event, we had a private conversation with him, and I asked him, why do you said at the 40 minutes of the presentation, why did you say this? Why did you say that, right? So I'm very observative on why he says certain things. Why? Because I want to be like him and present like him.
Wow. Wow. I love it, man. There's so much you just said. Oh my goodness. You know what? And you guys gave me a thought. And I apologize that I didn't have this thought. We're all kind of going through this process together. This is actually, for me, it's the first time being in an executive role while Houghton is doing events in other places, and kind of having an orchestration role as well. Whereas the last time that I've experienced as I was a distributor, I really only cared about my market. Right now, I care about all the markets. So I should have told you guys to leak us videos and pics while you were going, so that our marketing team could be doing post, right? So I just sent that to the folks in the UK. So Mark, you're going to start getting some stuff, and maybe you can alert somebody over at our agency that some things are going to come their way. But here's the report, by the way, so far from London. They've got, the room is packed. They are turning people away. The ambassadors are all outside. The guests are inside, and Mr. Bugs is on stage. So I can't wait to get
Perfect.
Yes. All right. So, Vaso, one of the things I love about what you said is that you had the presence of mind to ask Mr. Bugs why he did certain things or why he says certain things. And what I want everybody to write down in their notes right now is just one word: curiosity. Curiosity, right? Curiosity means you care. Being curious means that you're interested. Curiosity is the key to learning. To not just to look at the what is being done, but to understand the why it's done. And the people who are curious are the folks who make the most money, because they understand. Once you understand not just what's done, but why it's done, then you can really execute in a great way. Vaso, look like you want to say something.
Yeah, because I have always been curious, as far as my journey is concerned. Even from the beginning, I always, ask questions. And for example, when I even, let's say, mentor somebody or really talk to some of my team members, I really see if they have actually that quality. Hey, when I'm speaking, do they take notes? Do they hear what I'm saying? Do they obviously write? That tells me, okay, I can work with this person. Why? Because I can see that they want to learn. Obviously, if I'm talking 2 hours and you have, obviously written one note, okay, I already know that.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, Marianne, back to you.
Yeah, I want to as well give a huge shout out to Miss Anna, because I had to ask her a lot of questions before, welcoming Mr. and Mrs. Buck, since I have not, had this opportunity before to be kind of the, I want to not take it away from Anna, but trying to fill in her shoes, which is, we all know, impossible. So just, I wanted to make sure that they were good in, a new country, in a new city, and didn't have to worry about anything. So that was as well something that you need to really think about, because that is something major as well. It's not just about renting that room and, getting the tickets online. It's also making sure that they are good and they have really what they need, and observing that as well, I would say. And I guess that comes with experience, because we talked about it earlier today. I also talked to Renu and Nagina about ambassadors learning how to be of service and not just being in the room as a guest. I know it takes a little bit of a practice, but because Vasil was very keen to have the temperature low, I think 3 times you asked to lower the temperature. So in the end, it was kind of cold and I was freezing in the front, and I couldn't really leave the front to go and get my jacket. So not to bash on anybody, but, it could have been easy to just look to see, if I'm good or not. And since he was doing the slides, he could not jump down the stage. So I was texting some of my team members, hey, I need some water, I need a jacket. And I shouldn't have, had to do that. So just really be of service. You don't really know what the slightest service that you can provide. Just bring a water, bring a coffee, or, it's better to bring something that you don't need than you really are in need of something and nobody, responds to you. So it's just a learning as well. You're muted, Tico.
You're on mute.
Yeah, I had to mute because Jack and Zeus decided they wanted to be part of the training.
Okay.
Yeah. So I want to stop there for a second, because that plays back to our training last week on the finer points of the HB system, right? That's really important, like you said, that we are of service to not just Mr. Bugs and Mrs. Bugs, but to our leaders and to each other, right? And so when we see whoever has responsibility for putting on the event, they're making sure a lot of things are taken care of. So we have to also make sure that we take care of them, right? Because as you can see, when it comes to putting on an event, we will very often, it will come at the expense of taking care of ourselves. So like Marianne said, she was doing her hair in her iPhone 20 minutes before the presentation started. Why? Because in getting everything ready, she didn't have a chance to do her hair and her makeup, right? And so we want to always be watching, right? So if you, for example, if you notice the room is cold and you look at Marianne, you look across and you're paying attention to your leaders, and you see Diamond Marianne up there and she's just wearing her blouse and you're cold, she's got to be cold, right? So it would have been great for somebody to see that and say, hey, let me go take her someone's jacket or whatever. I want to shout out one individual that she's been around for a while, so she understands this and she does this exceptionally well. It's Dr. Latrice. Dr. Latrice, Mark can attest to this. I can attest to this. Whenever we are at an event, she sees Mark, Anna, and myself taking excellent care of Mr. Bugs. And so Dr. Latrice takes excellent care of us. She will always make sure that we've got coffee, snacks, whatever. She comes up, is there anything that you need, anything that I can do? Most of the time the answer is no, but occasionally it was, Dr. Latrice, I love you. Could you bring me a coffee? And she is there for it, right? So we want to make sure that we are taking care of our leaders, because it puts them in a position where they can perform the best for us. All right. That's why we want to do that. So love you guys. Put that in your notes. Teach your teams that. And the best way to teach your team that is to model it. Okay. Back to you, Marianne.
Yeah. Okay, and I want to say to Dr. Latrice as well, she also always takes care of me when she sees me, helps me check in or something like that. You know, she pushes me out of the line. You should not be here. And so I can also attest to that for sure. Yeah, what I would say during the event, it was just paying attention to everything, you know, and always be prepared for Mr. Bucks, because you know how he works. He gets an idea and suddenly he needs an iPad. Boom, you need an iPad. Suddenly he wants this video. You need to know how to operate the slides and the screen and the, you know, whatever gadgets that you have with you. So you need somebody in the front who really knows about, you know, what they're doing.
Yeah.
Not somebody who has no clue what to put the, you know, the power cords or whatever it is. Like, it's down to the smallest details.
We know all about that.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, Mark, that Marianne just gave me an idea. We need to put together a slides care pack for Mr.
Oh.
right? And
Yes.
send it to the other groups that are going to have Mr. Bugs coming. Yeah,
Yeah.
Vasu, we could have put you in a position where you might have been better prepared. Sorry about that, bro.
Oh, it was fine, you know, and we managed to do that. You know, I really took care. You know, the first thing when I came actually in the room, the first thought was, okay, I need to take care of the technology, the mic, and everything, you know, that it's actually, you know, apart from that. And I would say, like, you know, being a servant is obviously something that I, you know, was always really looking, you know, to do. But it really, even in the beginning, it took me some time to understand it, because it's not like, you know, somebody has, I would say, not an ego or some, or, hey, you know, I need to serve, you know, this person, he's my boss. We're not actually talking not about that. It's not about you being a good person, because what you give is what you're going to receive in return. So as you give to somebody, it's like we give to Mr. Bucks, you know, and the universe, you know, comes back with something. So is
Right.
obviously something that you should keep in mind.
Yes. Yeah. You know, one of the things that I spied with my little eye, and the folks in the group spied it as well. They spied that your guests were very well dressed. And I want to go one step further with that and ask the team, what does that imply? If the guest showed up dressed the right way, what does that mean about our team members who invited those guests? Let's see what they say in the chats. Let's see what they did in the chat. Okay, I love these answers. This is good. This is good. Oh my God. Yes. Yes.
We actually did have a we actually did have a team preparation where we went through the things that we thought was the most, you know, common or necessary, because there was a lot of things we didn't know about. We always talk about dressing, always how you need to look, you know, what, and even what you taught in flight school. Don't bring a huge coat to put on you in the room. It looks ridiculous, you know. Find another way how to guard yourself against the low temperature or whatever, you know. So we actually did talk about that before.
So here's what the observations are from the team. If you look in the chats, Dara's notes on Facebook that the leaders obviously coached you guys, coached the guests, coached the team correctly in how to invite and edify Mr. Bugs, right? And Deborah Weaver says they provided high value for the meeting. Emerald Vita says that they were invited properly, right? So there was a proper invitation. And guys, ladies, I want you guys to understand how important this is. What that means is that the guest showed up right? You got now go back a step. This is play Vasio for a second and keep going backwards, because that's kind of what he does. He keeps peeling the layer. Why? Right? So let's just go back, right? Let's just take a random guest who's dressed there properly in a suit or a business suit or a dress or whatever, you know, dressed professionally. They were on time. They dressed properly. They got up that morning with anticipation. They were in their closet saying, what am I going to wear to this event? And they had in mind they had an image in their mind of what kind of event it was going to be and how they needed to present themselves. Maybe even thinking, well, what if I get a chance to meet this man personally, one-on-one? What kind of impression am I going to make? Right? when people show up properly, they are now ready to receive. And so congratulations to every ambassador in the region who had a guest at that event, because you did your job properly. Good job. Good job.
And, it was really all thanks to you, Tigre. I mean, from the last flight school, everything that you gave on the flight school was really to a T into the event, up until the name tags, up until the music, everything that you described was on point in the event. And that's obviously because of you. We took the notes, we took the teachings, and we just really implemented that.
Awesome, man. I appreciate you guys so much. By the way, guys, you know who else implemented that?
London.
So the London spies came out to Copenhagen. They wanted to see what you did, and let's rate them. You ready? I just got the first picture in from the London event. You guys want to see it? Anybody want to see?
Yes.
I think the four of us want to see, but I don't know if the people want to see. I don't know. What do you think, Marianne?
Let's share it with the panelists.
Should we show them? Should we show them, Marianne Vassal? Should we show them?
Let's do it.
All right,
Yes.
here we go. Boom. There we go. That's happening now in the UK. Packed out. And I spy with my little eye something that I also spied in Copenhagen. Everybody's doing what?
Looking in one direction.
Ah, there it goes. FX Rich. He got it. Shaquisha, you got it. Everybody's taking notes. Everybody's taking notes. I think that is absolutely wonderful. Wonderful. People were doing that, by the way. I saw that in the Copenhagen video.
Yes.
And it was funny because on the front row, you could see in the video, in the Copenhagen video, people taking notes, but you could tell which ones were the ambassadors.
They were leaning forward.
That's it. Exactly. The ambassadors were leaning forward. I love it. All right, Mary.
But we had even put that in the description of the event, be there 30 minutes early so you have the time to park your car, get checked in, and bring a pen and a paper. So we really did our best to prepare the guests as well, and of course the ambassadors. So we had the same look, everybody in the room.
So you sent that to the guests.
We had an online registration where this was pointed out. Who is Mr. Box? What is he known for? And this is the expected duration of the event, and this is what we need you to bring. A bottle of water. We even put that so they didn't have to get up or confuse or disturb each other.
So your guest even knew about how long the event would be, so that they weren't getting antsy, right? You guys see how important that is, right? Because I mean, especially today when our attention spans are shorter than ever. We want to know, like, I'll watch a movie, I'll pause a movie to see how much time is left.
Me too.
Right? So I think that's, especially today with the way we've devolved, right? I think that was a really smart move. Good. Awesome. What else you got for us?
I would say learning to improve is what I have next.
Okay.
I don't know, Vasil, if you have anything more about the event itself.
So how many guests were in the room?
It was, I pulled out in the beginning 120 chairs. They were filled out, like the crowd was up until, the beginning of the hotel. So they filled out in the first minute when the guests came. So I needed to pull, we had something like a curtain, you open the curtain and, most of the chairs were there. So I think, after that, 126, I pulled out like 50 more, and they were filled out again, and they were a couple of standing. So I would say 170, 180.
Wow. That is fantastic.
Vasil, that scramble of putting the chairs out, isn't that like crazy? That feeling, is it like wild?
Yeah. Yeah. But when you see the room and you see 300 chairs, and when you eliminate the half of them, it really creates that, fear, when they really, all sit down and they are like, oh my God, I don't really have any space to sit, and it really creates that excitement. Oh my God, maybe this event is going to be nuts. I need to hear this information. So that makes them to stay and to see why so many people are gathering over here. Was this information going to be shared over here?
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
what it really creates.
Ava just put in the chat, Vasil, that even you had to pull out even more chairs for the folks
Yeah.
that came late. Yeah. So that I don't know if you guys had ever experienced that before, but now that you have experienced it, you understand the psychology of the chairs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right.
and we had fun doing it, taking away the chair, putting them right back in. I was like, yes.
Yeah, exactly, right? Exactly. And so
Yeah.
what's like I said, every time Mark and I go to someone's meeting who doesn't know this, the first thing we do, we take off our jackets and start pulling up chairs, right?
Yeah.
So now you understand it. Now that you've experienced it, it'll never be the same. All right, so
Sure.
you have a list of improvement things.
And I like how you're dressed today. You're dressed. You're formal.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah.
got a jacket on.
Yeah.
I'm not the same anymore after 3 days with Mr. and Mrs. Bucks.
Awesome. All right, so
Yeah.
let's go through your list of things to improve.
Yeah. List to improve on is to get the budget covered before the actual event. And with that being said, I mean, it was kind of impossible since we were, taking decisions just really on the go. We had no clue. We set an idea about a ticket price, but, we were nothing near to have that cover the whole event. So even we cut down on a lot of things, and we didn't even have time for the door prices. So that would have been, another add-on to the budget. So, but we didn't really have the experience, I would say, to put a number that was going to fit. But so now we have an idea of what it actually requires, just on a, I would not say ordinary level, but there was nothing fancy about the event. We didn't have any, stuff happening that could have been, avoided. I would say just really focus on the room, the cameraman, the social media person, and that was kind of it. And then, of course, something for Mr. and Mrs. Bucks. So that's one thing. The other thing was social media activities. You even mentioned it a little bit, Vessel, because we have so much, on our mind about what has to take place and how about, Mr. and Mrs. Bucks. And so if everybody in the room really had been trained a little bit before how to promote the event with social media in a certain way, so we kind of did it in the same way. And as well, during the event, how important it is for everybody to take pictures of, different activities, different people, different angles, videos. So everybody afterwards have really a massive amount of social media content to keep the hype going and build up to the next event. That could be something could have instructed the ambassadors better, but that was not really in our, attention for that time being.
Gotcha. We know they say hindsight is 20/20 vision. But you're right, and there's some great observations. And my encouragement to you guys is to definitely put together your event playbook. Like, I don't know what kind of technology you use to keep track of things, right? But I use something called Evernote. Mark uses it as well. And what you can do is, if you use Evernote or some note-taking thing that you can keep on your devices that's stored in the cloud, you can create a document called your event playbook that you can refer to at any time in the future.
Okay.
And keep track of these things. Also, I think that you're in an exclusive chat group called the HB System Diamonds. And in the spirit of collaboration, all those things, all those observations, you should also drop in that group for the other.
Absolutely. Diamonds. I already have an agreement with Mrs. Pippins. I wanted to talk to her after today's flight school.
Wonderful. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. And one of the things as well, where we could have improved is as well, when we have obviously some testimonials in the room, which HB says, it's always good to have. So what we did was, what we could have done better is kind of instruct them, obviously, what parts wants the audience to hear. Because, maybe you have an idea of how you can share your story. But sometimes even in myself, when I tend to share my story, I really go a little bit off track and not really want what really the audience wants to hear. So, Mr. Holden Bucks really instructed us to grab, with your hand, obviously the person that is going to share their story. And, it's purely like profit snatchers, where you really interview the person. And when you really want them to stop talking, you can really make them a sign so they can go to the next thing, or even, shut down the thing, the talking. You know, so that's one of the things that we have really seen. And, you know, as far as
Vaso, before you go to your next item, let's make a note, Mark.
Mhm.
Mark, let's just add that to the list of things for us to train on. Next Saturday, let's teach everybody how to give a proper testimonial in a business meeting setting.
That would be a great value. Yeah.
Yeah, because Vasil, you are laser-eyed on that one. That's a place. So it's so funny because Marianne, I think you're and Vasil, I'm sure you guys are seeing this. You can really do everything right, but then it comes down to these little things that can take the train off the tracks, right? And so this is one of those little things that could take the train off the tracks. We're going to teach everybody how to do a proper testimonial next Saturday.
Cool.
Really good. One thing I wanted to add as well is just something that we could have done better is to keep the ambassadors informed about new decisions that were made, changes that were made. But since we really had such a little time and we don't normally cooperate like this, we didn't really have a channel where can we just inform everybody, so we kind of informed, in our own teams, both to ambassadors coming and not coming. So maybe we could have a separate chat or something where everybody with a ticket, could have been updated along the way. So we didn't have to really think about that, but just post it and then that's it. So, because there was a lot of changes every single day.
You are right. Okay, so you know what? So we're like now we're like vibing on the fly, right? So because we didn't have Telegram back when we were doing all this stuff, right? But we have Telegram now. I think Telegram is the perfect vehicle for that. And what we could do, Marianne, is we could create a Telegram chat specifically for that event, right? And when the event is over, you kill it, right? But you create a Telegram chat where the leaders, before you even invite a single person in, you plug in all the guidelines for the event date, the event time, your coaching for the team, right? And you pin those messages to the top. You make sure you set up the chat so that as people join, they can see the old messages, right?
Exactly.
And then you put the link out for the ambassadors who are going to be participating in that event, wherever it is they're coming from, right?
Yeah.
And also that chat now becomes a place where they can, as you mentioned before, taking pictures and videos, they can drop them in there and share with each other and share with you, which you can share with us, right?
Yeah.
And any last minute announcements, any changes and stuff, you can post them in there. I love it. Great idea. Thank you.
Yep, sure.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah, well, so let's talk about the meetings after the meeting. Like you guys had brunch with Mr. Bugs the next day, and you did something for you did a promotion where some people got a chance to spend some time with Mr. Bugs. Talk about that.
The top inviters. The 15 top inviters in the room with at least 2 guests, present in the room. It's not so much about buying the ticket. It's about having the people checked in with, this one in the room. So that was amazing. And I want to really give a big, heartfelt thanks to Mr. Bugs because he was only able to sleep for 4 hours because the night just really extended to, new heights and he had to get up really early. So I felt really, good about it. But at the same time, I was like, okay, he said he will be here any minute for us. And we kind of took that, to the maximum. But yeah, we had an amazing brunch with him. And I think we were 12 people at the brunch.
So let's honor those 12 people. Who are some of those 12 people that you can remember off the top of your head?
We have Helle, Tina, Luis, Peter. We have some of Renew's people. We have Tova, Rita. And let me think, Torsten. Yeah.
Who had the most?
I think it was me. And maybe Renew, I think we kind of had the same number of guests.
How many guests?
How many was that?
Guests in the room or at the brunch?
In the room.
Renew had the most guests. I can't remember right now the number.
Renew 38?
Yeah.
Dude.
Renew, is that true?
It's not guests alone.
No, Nagina said it's 28. Even still, that is a fantastical number. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. 28.
I think we all remember the story you shared where, you were not allowed to join the the limousines with Mr. Buck. So we agreed, Nagina, Renu, and myself, that even though we're working 24/7 to, you know, manage the event, we wanted to make sure that we qualified on, you know, fair and square for the Holton Bucks brunch. So
Wow.
yeah.
You know, there's a story for that. I mean, there's a lesson in that, I should say. And that is, you know, as the leaders, a lot of time, you know, sometimes I should say, leaders will put all their energy into putting on the event and rely on the team to pack the event. You guys didn't do that. As
No.
leaders, you said, you know what, if it's going to be, it's up to me. And you make sure that you are also the top inviters, setting the pace. And Renew, you have raised the bar. 28 personal show ups.
Wow.
Wow.
That's incredible.
It's insane. I love
How
it.
many did she invite?
Yeah, how many did you invite, Renew?
I'm not sure, Renu, maybe you can share your numbers if that was your invitation.
She
28.
confirmed already the 28 in the chat here. Renew, how many total yeses did you have? You had 28 that showed up, but how many actual people said yes, they were going to come? She's probably counting. Okay, well, we'll come back to, we'll circle back to that. So 35 said yes.
35 said yes.
28 out of 35.
35. Dude,
That's wild.
that is a good invite.
That's an 80% show up rate. That means
Wow.
that the invite was strong, not
That
strong,
is incredible.
strong with a K.
Yeah, and I see that Daniela is typing as well that the most name tags that they made were guests of Renew, so they can testify that from
That's
the
wild.
check-in group.
Way to go, Renew. Way to go. All right. So now here's the next thing. So what were at the lunch, without giving away any trade secrets, what were some of the biggest things that Mr. Bug shared at the brunch that showed that qualifying for that was a high value?
Well, I would say that, you know, it's not only one thing, since he shared, like, he really gave his heart, like he always does. For me, it was really how he really set the example. You know, this is, you know, how, you know, he gave a lot of examples. You know, obviously we had prepared some questions, you know, and obviously different people asked, you know, and you can always really learn from somebody, obviously, asking the question, since that question can be answered in many different ways, especially from Holden. And he really did it in a such way that you could learn so much. I really learned so much. But really, on the top of my head, I would say that from my point of view, you know, this was one of the best trips, you know, that we have ever had, because I truly believe, you know, we're around 4 hours away from the destination. I would truly say that, you know, this was one of the best, even that was not like a teaching event. We already know that after the event, really, that's what really, when things really happen and where you can learn. So I would say that in the top of my head, I'd like a lot of things. But maybe, Marianne, you have something really that sparkled you the most.
I would say there were two things, and one of them was a question from Louise. She was asking about if you can get rid of fear. Fear, I think maybe Louise or Trina in both in common. Get rid of the fear of success. And he showed really a glass with a little bit of water. And he said that you cannot really get, you know, this fear out of the glass. But what you can do is pour enough hot water, so it kind of absorbs, you know, and it overflows the fear. So by doing, you know, the work and constantly showing up and just really reaffirming you with your activities, so you kind of forget that once there was a part, since the water is still, you know, the cold water is still in the glass, but you kind of forget it because it's heating up. That was one thing. And then he said there are no flowers without seeds. There are no flowers without seeds. Wow. And then he shared some trading tips and tricks.
So would you say, based on the Mr. Bug sharing his heart and the tips that you got for both business and trading, would you say that it was worth it for the people who qualified for the brunch to do whatever they had to do to qualify?
Absolutely. And I can share a little secret without mentioning anybody's names, but I have multiple from the people in that brunch telling me that they were just about to cry. They were kind of cracking up as soon as Mr. Box left the room, because they now understood the importance of proximity, that this conversation was for us alone and nobody else. And why they were there, because they deserved it. They had not become lucky, or by coincidence. They put the work to be there, and now they understand why next time they have to be there again.
Marianne, you gave me chills with that.
Mhm.
Guys, just gave me chills. The importance of proximity, right? Because remember, we talked about that last week, and we said that at the meeting after the meeting, Mr. Bugs very often shares things that will never be shared on stage, or they're just not appropriate for the general audience. And you just confirmed that the people who were at that brunch, they got something special that everybody else wasn't going to get.
Mm.
And so Rita says she's about to cry again.
She was
I mean, and it's funny, Rita, I got to tell you, I was driving down Westheimer Road here in Houston, and I drove by the location of Mama's Cafe, which is now closed down. It's officially closed down. And I felt a little lump in my throat, because that Mama's Cafe, as you heard us talk about last week, for the folks in Houston, was the site of many, many, many meetings after the meetings. Like Mama's Cafe, 4 a.m, literally falling, like heads hitting the table, learning from Mr. Bugs in those meeting after the meeting settings that we just, had to qualify to be at. And it was the only place that was open that late. So Rita, I'm happy you got that privilege. Anybody who was there with Marianne, Vasil, Nagina, Renew, congratulations to all of you for that. Well,
because it's just really, the private setting that you cannot really get his time on a regular setting. And that's why you qualify actually for the time that he will spend in this table with you on your questions. If you don't have any questions, then you're actually wasting your time and his time. So when you qualify for that, you always want to be prepared on what nuggets you will get from this, so you can create the success that you want after, right? So from these, I would say 2 to 3 sessions that we had, I would say on a private level, I would say that these things, that he shared, you can really take your business to the next level.
Wow.
And everybody has that capability. You just need to push the gas pedal after this event.
Yeah, absolutely, sir. Absolutely. I'm looking at the chat here, Marianne and Vasil, and Hele said that, the time with Holton Bugs afterwards at that brunch was a gift that you can't pay for. And Delroy Maynard says the broke people know the price of everything but the value of nothing, right? And that's such a powerful observation. My question to you guys now is this, as we wrap this up: what is going to happen next? What did anybody make big decisions coming out of this event, and what's going to happen next in your markets?
Yeah, I would say I had a team meeting today, and I think you, Vasil, had it yesterday, and really talking about how to emerge like even more into the HB system, because now, we want to show him that we appreciate him, and not just by the talking, but showing him that we are grateful for the, him coming to our market and, giving us kind of recognition for doing the work, and we want to pay that back. So everybody's kind of fired up now. They really start to understand what are we doing and why are we doing it, and not at least that part. So yeah, it's people chose themselves now. They understand now what, the proximity that we have, and we actually we are in a company where the founder, is the goats. So, we have everything that we need. There's nothing, that we can have, or, we are just very fortunate, I would say. So they're very fired up.
You absolutely do.
Yeah.
Sir Vasil?
I would say, yeah, we're following obviously somebody that has all of the results that we actually want. And, there is no reason, on why we shouldn't that. So we prove, our loyalty by, obviously us putting out the work after it. And, that's why I have communicated as well to to my team as well. Just really get serious. The fundamentals, and they don't change. So just really sticking into it, and really right now, utilizing the energy to create new results. So if you have obviously an event I know that Mr. Holdenbucks is traveling to multiple places. Well, if you have the chance for you to go there, take the chance and do whatever it's actually required for you to be around him, and gather that energy and actually use it to build your business later.
Yeah. You know what? I want to say hats off to Elliott Ward, right? I mean, because that's the smart. I mean, he had to get on a plane, and come on over to Copenhagen to see, okay, how did this go down, so that we can make sure we do it right in London, which was absolutely phenomenal. And then here's another thing. One of the questions people asked is, how does Mr. Bugs keep himself up for this? Well, here's the thing, folks. You want to take care of your body. Your body is your vehicle. Your body is your car, your plane, your boat that's got to take you from one place to the next. So you want to make sure that your body can take you all the places that your mind wants it to go. So I can tell you right now that in the in-between, Mr. Bugs takes very good care of himself. He eats right, he works out, he gets his sleep, he protects his mind. He's very, very protective of his psyche. He's very, very careful to block out negativity and to make sure that he stays mentally strong. So those are just some of the things that, we observe him doing to make sure that when it comes time for, high stress, high impact situations like he is in right now, his body is ready. Yeah, he's going to get tired, but at least he's not, out of shape, and he's not going to get sick or anything like that. So great question. And so we've got people asking about the signups. I know they were still compiling those, right? So we'll
we'll come back to that with some numbers, because it's Easter right now and Ramadan and everything. So, and even Mr. Bugs went almost an hour extra. So it was almost 3 hours. So it became quite late. So we're following up every single day. We have multiple calls, and scheduled for the next couple of days as well. So, but we had a great return so far, I would say. And,
awesome.
but even Mr. Bugs said that we should not focus only on the signups from the event, because it's not about that. It's also about responsoring everybody as an ambassador and having them see the bigger picture and get to work. So the full work, result will be maybe 90 days from now.
Yeah, exactly. That's the impact of an event. We responsor the people who are already in, we sponsor new people, and we also responsor ourselves. So great stuff. So proud of you guys. And you are getting some high marks in the Facebook chat from Diamond Monica Chavez. What's up, lady? And she's giving you guys some mad love in the chat, as well as Diamond Trey Harris. He's giving you guys some big props. And by the way, another use of that Telegram group is for people to post their signups, right? Customers and make it easier for you, so you don't have to chase the numbers all over town. Excellent. All right, you guys, thank you for being a shining example of getting it right. We love you guys.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yes. And here, by the way, here's one more observation for today, right? So I'm going to put this up one more time. This is the London event that is happening today. We're going to play one last round of I Spy before we go. Okay. I spy with my little eye something that shows that people's excuses are BS. What do you see? What is it? Yeah, Dan, I see a packed house. Shaquesha, I see a packed room. Full room, yes. But I spy with my little eye something that shows that people, I don't know how you see a wheelchair in there, whoever that is, but okay. If you see a wheelchair, I'm not going to argue with you. Packed room, attentive. Ooh, I got that. Guys, I got them good with this one. What is today part of? Today in particular. What is today part of in particular? A holiday weekend. Thank you, David. Right? So there's going to be some people who are like, oh, it's Easter weekend. We can't get people to show up. It's Easter weekend, whatever. They had to put all the ambassadors out on Easter weekend, right? So here's the challenge, folks. Stop buying into your excuses. Your excuses are stopping points that make you stand still. This group said, hey, no, we're going for it. And they got a packed room and they're going to get a blessing that other folks wouldn't have gotten. So good job. Now, even though it is Easter weekend, so tomorrow is actually Easter Sunday for the HB System coaching group. Hear me good. There is no call tomorrow. There is no call tomorrow because it's Easter Sunday and we got all sorts of activities and people are all over the place. So we're gonna miss tomorrow. But hey, you guys, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you to Mr. and Mrs. Bucks. I want to also shout out Mrs. Bucks because she's always, by Mr. Bucks' side and she's paying attention to the details. We got even a feedback from her on the business side. So
Right.
she knows what she's doing for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, he travels with his manager.
Yeah.
I can't call her a momager like with my son. I call my wife his momager, but he travels with his manager right there. So she's definitely, it's so funny because we have such a healthy fear, like amongst the three of us. We're like, yo, if we don't get this right, Arlene is gonna tear us a new one. So we gotta make sure we get them right. All right, let's take our picture and let everybody go.
All right.
For the screenshots, here we go. On 3, 2, 1. All right, way to go. You guys are such posers.
Learning
We
from the
learned
best.
that from you.
Learn from the best.
Exactly.
All right.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Love you, everybody.
Love you, ambassadors.
Bye, everybody.
Bye now.